Every time I see those ads telling people they can earn thousands of dollars a week, I wonder how realistic that actually is. What do you think is really going on there?
I get the same feeling they sound almost too good to be true. Usually, it's not about a regular job, but more about businesses, commissions, or sometimes even schemes that need a closer look. The hype grabs people, but the story underneath is more complicated.
Yeah, and I think the phrase itself is so vague. Like, are we talking about sales, freelancing, or launching a startup? The specifics make a huge difference in what's possible and what isn't.
Totally. And without context, it's easy to misunderstand what's required to get to numbers like that. It often demands either a unique skill, a big investment of time, or taking on a fair bit of risk.
Now that you mention risk, I remember a friend who tried one of those online gigs promising big weekly payouts. Turns out, he spent way more time chasing leads than actually making money.
That happens a lot. Sometimes, what looks like easy money is really just clever marketing. People get drawn in by testimonials or flashy numbers, but the average person rarely sees those results.
It's almost like those before and after fitness photos. The success stories are real for a few, but most folks struggle just to get started. When you dig into the numbers, the hype often disappears.
Exactly. And sometimes the thousands per week is based on gross revenue, not actual profit. After expenses, people might be taking home a fraction of that.
So what about the people who do make that kind of money? Where is it actually possible to earn thousands a week? And how do they pull it off?
Great question. Usually, it's folks in high-ticket sales, real estate, specialized consulting, or maybe even running successful e-commerce stores. But they've usually spent years building skills or networks.
Makes sense. I know a graphic designer who pivoted to teaching others online. Her courses sell for hundreds each, and she's built up a steady flow of students. But it took her ages to get there.
That's a cool example. There's often a lot going on behind the scenes: marketing, audience building, and tons of trial and error before those steady earnings show up.
All these stories make me think, what are some of the biggest pitfalls people fall into when chasing these big weekly paychecks?
Honestly, one of the worst is underestimating the work involved. People jump in expecting quick results and end up burning out or getting discouraged when the money doesn't show up right away.
I've also seen scams pop up around this promise, things like pay-to-join programs or hidden fees. Sometimes the only ones making thousands a week are the people selling the dream.
That's so true. It's important to stay skeptical and do homework before diving in. Checking real reviews, asking tough questions, and understanding where the money actually comes from can save a lot of headaches.
With all that in mind, what would you say are some realistic ways people can start increasing their weekly income without falling for the hype?
Building up a side skill is a smart move. Whether it's freelancing, tutoring, or even offering local services, small but consistent steps can add up. I've seen friends gradually double their income this way over time.
That actually reminds me of someone who started pet sitting on weekends. At first, it was just extra cash. But after a few months, she had regular clients and was making hundreds each week.
Stories like that show it's about persistence and finding a good fit, not chasing shortcuts. If someone really wants to hit that thousands per week mark, a mix of patience, skill building, and smart planning goes a long way.